Hey guys, I want to do a quick video on what an impact driver is. Now, I know at first glance you're saying, oh yeah, that's the thing they put on the cars to take the lug nuts off, and lug nuts are off. No, that's an impact wrench. Different tool. That's why I want to explain what an impact driver is. A lot of people don't understand what this is or what it's for and how they can use it for household use. 15 years ago when I worked in a hardware store and sold tools, you didn't see impact drivers. You only saw them in kind of stores that cater more to contractors. You didn't see them in your average Sears or Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that. You did, they were there, but they weren't very prevalent. They aren't used very often, and mostly because it's a tool that doesn't lend well to electrical use. They were typically always a pneumatic tool. And nowadays, with the new lithium batteries being a little more powerful and having a little more life to them, you're seeing a lot more cordless impact drivers on the market. And so what is an impact driver? It's like that impact wrench that you see the Indy 500 guys taking their lug nuts off with. It's a similar idea. It's a driver. It's meant to use to put sockets on and take off nuts and bolts. It's used to drive things like carriage bolts and long screws into big tough beams. It's a heavier duty item than a drill, plus it operates a little differently. Your average drill, even a drill driver, is just going to spin. That's its only function. This impact driver, not only does it spin, but it applies a hammer motion in the direction of spin, which prevents this from bogging down. So if you are involved, say you're drilling a large carriage bolt into a 6x6 post, this applies that hammer motion, so if you do hit hard knots and things like that, it will help power through them and not bog down like a drill will. So it is often a more appropriate tool when you're doing something like building a deck or putting up a fence where you need to drill into or drive things into big posts. Very handy tool, and they're really becoming affordable now. And this one here is the Ryobi One Plus, which I've had a lot of fun playing around with, helping build a deck the other week. It really kind of turned me on to what an awesome tool this is and how handy it is when compared to a drill. When you have the two side by side and you're using one versus the other, you definitely see the advantages of the driver. So, it's not a drill, it's not meant to be used for drilling, but you can use spade bits in these things. These things do, because of the way a spade bit is engineered, they will actually help push a spade bit better than your average drill. So you can use it for drilling, but it's not meant to drill small holes. That's for your drill. Really handy, great to have, and with them out in the marketplace now, it's definitely someplace to look, or something to look at nowadays and consider, especially if you do have a lot of backyard construction projects going on that you may need to do a lot of driving. So there it is, guys, the impact driver. Simple tool, they're out there now and they're getting cheaper, and it's really handy to have.